friends, I was just going about my normal day today, clearly not anticipating getting in front of the camera. But a few hours ago, I received notification from my contact over at Kringle that there is going to be an Easter collection launch happening this Thursday, February 8th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over on the Kringle website. And I wanted to make sure that we had a chance to go over the fragrances that are going to be offered. It looks like there is a total of 12 all new fragrances for this Easter collection. So we are going to go over fragrance notes, we're gonna go over jar styles, we're gonna go over the price point, and I'm gonna let you know at the very end of this video if there are any candles that have caught my eye. Spoiler alert, yes there are. And I pretty much have my mind set on a couple of these, but I might ask for your input on a few of these candles. A warm welcome if you are new to my channel. Hi, I'm Katie. I love to talk about home fragrance here on my channel, so if you like that type of content, please make sure you stick around by hitting that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit thumbs up. But let's go ahead and not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and talk about these candles. All right, so like I said, it looks like there are a total of 12 candles. It looks like there are 4 Kringle 2-wick tumblers that are in the large style jar are being offered. There are 3 large style country jars. Now those are now in the 100% soy wax formula. And then it looks like there are 3 painted jars. Now I believe that these are similar to, I believe there at one point there was something called like the black label jars. These are now in like a white jar with hand painted. The designs are really pretty, and I will make sure that I pop up pictures of every candle that I'm talking about as I talk about them. But those are going to be 12 ounces. The retail prices that we have been told for these fragrances are the Kringle jars are going to be $34. Now that is because when you look up close at the picture, the jar has, similarly to like the Mercury design around the label, that is what is on these Kringle jars. The country style large jars will be $31, and then the 12 ounce hand painted jars will retail for $26. I do have a discount code with Kringle. Katie15 will save you 15% on your order. You are welcome to use that if you are comfortable using affiliate codes. I do make a small commission if you choose to use it, and I say thank you very much if you do that. Clearly these candles are not in front of me right now. None of the ambassadors received PR. To be quite honest with you, I don't want to say that this was like a last minute launch. I think that the decision to go ahead and launch it this week was a little bit on the line. So I think that's probably why they just didn't have time to get any PR sent out. I do have a feeling that some of these gourmand scents might sell out fast. I tend to notice that trend. So if you are on the West Coast like I am, you might need to set your alarms. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the fragrances. All of the candles that I list along with the fragrance notes, link to the website, discount code, all of that stuff will be linked in the description box down below. But let's get into it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start out with Jellybean Jubilee. So this, first off, I'm just gonna tell you right now, Easter packaging, I am such a sucker for. I know some of you guys love Halloween packaging. I could care less about that. You give me Easter packaging and I am all about it. I love the pastels, probably because I can't really wear pastels. They don't look good on me, but I love pastel coloring. I just love like all the cute bunnies and chicks and all of that. So Jellybean Jubilee, top notes of bright citrus, lemon, and tangerine. Mid notes of juicy cherry, candied blueberries, vanilla sugar. Base notes of fruity medley and licorice highlight. Now, I don't know what licorice highlight means. That makes me a little bit nervous, but I also know that sometimes Kringle will list fragrance notes in the base note that I don't necessarily smell when I light the candle up. So I guess that I'm kind of disregarding. This one, definitely I am interested in. Last year, I purchased all 3 of the Easter candles that Kringle had in their 2023 collection. And surprisingly enough, on cold sniff, Jellybeans was not my favorite, but when I burned all 3 of those candles, there was Jellybeans, there was Marshmallow Chicks, and there was Chocolate Bunnies. Jellybeans ended up being my favorite of all of them. It performed really well for me, and I love the fragrance. Now, I am going to compare fragrance notes from this candle to some of the ones from last year, because I do believe that there are 3 candles here that look like they could possibly maybe be similar notes. Like I said earlier, these are all new fragrances. I did ask my contact if any of these are repackages, and he said no, they are not. They might smell similar to last year's version, but they themselves are not the exact same fragrance. So just putting that out there. So let's go ahead and compare Jellybean Jubilee to last year's Jellybean fragrance. I went ahead and took a screenshot from one of my videos last year when I talked about the Kringle Easter collection. So last year's Jellybeans fragrance, the fragrance notes in that were blood orange, pomegranate, cassis, bergamot, my picture's a little blurry here, you guys, sorry, acai berry, and orange. So clearly we're looking at different notes in here. Now I am seeing bright citrus, lemon, and tangerine as the top notes, and I do recall that being in last year's Jellybean fragrance. I really loved the blend of, it was very like orange and berry type of fragrance. Really nice going into the summertime. I feel like, especially if you're somebody who burns candles not year round, obviously we all burn candles year round, but if you are somebody who is not a seasonal burner and you don't really care if the packaging matches the seasonal decor, or if you're like me and you burn a lot of your candles in hurricanes, and my hurricanes are like an amber color, so you don't always get to see the packaging on it, I feel like that would be a good fragrance that could last you even beyond the Easter holiday, which falls, I believe it's March 31st this year. So it's one that you could probably continue to burn throughout the spring and summer months. All right, the next fragrance we have here is Lemon Sugar Marshmallow. Again, oh, just like I just said, that Jellybean Jubilee and this Lemon Sugar Marshmallow, these are in the large Kringle 2-wick formats. So those are the candles I'm talking about right now. Top notes of pastry and lemon, mid notes, sweet lemon zest, base notes of vanilla sugar. Now, I will say that this candle I also had a question about and received confirmation. This candle has the exact same fragrance notes as Easter Chicks, which is one of those 12-ounce hand-painted jars. Those two fragrances share the same fragrance notes. We did receive confirmation that they are the exact same fragrance. So maybe you might want a smaller vessel, then go for the Easter Chicks. Those little hand-painted designs are just adorable. I love the vintage look of those. Oh, just so cute. Oh, sucker for Easter packaging. All right, Lemon Sugar Marshmallow. So this is another fragrance that to me looked very similar to last year's Marshmallow Chicks, right? To be 100% honest with you, that was a fragrance that I loved on cold sniff, but when I burned it, something about it just didn't hit right for me. I think I've concluded that so far, Kringle's marshmallow take is not necessarily my favorite. I love the way Hallmarks does marshmallow, but so far I just haven't really gotten in line with Kringle's marshmallow, and that's okay. You know, like everybody has different scent preferences. But let's go ahead and compare the fragrance notes of Marshmallow Chicks to this new lemon marshmallow one. All right, so the fragrance notes from last year's Marshmallow Chicks were marshmallow, smooth vanilla, lemon, sugar crystals, and creamy butter. So, you know, the fragrance notes are a little bit different. We're not seeing the butter note. We're seeing a pastry note instead here, but there are some similarities. Sugar, vanilla, lemon. We've got a little bit more lemon zest. So I'm wondering if this candle is going to be a little bit more lemon heavy. I'll share some more thoughts at the very end of this video on that one, but just something that you should know is that Easter Chicks and Lemon Sugar Marshmallow are the same, all right? Sorry, you guys, my hair is just like, it's getting in my face. It's doing all sorts of things today, so I'm sorry if I keep touching it. I'm just trying to keep it out of my face. All right, the next fragrance here is Easter Brunch, and I am loving, again, the packaging on this. Top notes of sweet almond, mid notes of butter vanilla, base notes of cream vanilla. So this one I don't have a comparison to from last year, and I don't know, you guys, this one intrigues me a lot. I'm gonna be really honest with you. It intrigues me because I feel like a good vanilla fragrance is something that I can always have in my collection. Now, I personally am somebody who, when I bring in new candles to my collection, I'm always thinking, do I have other candles in my collection that this fragrance would complement? And I feel like a good vanilla fragrance, I like that particularly in the springtime, because when I'm burning a floral, sometimes I like to tone it down with some vanilla. I also was thinking the same thing with that Lemon Sugar Marshmallow. I like to blend lemon oftentimes with like a blueberry fragrance or maybe another vanilla fragrance. So those are things that kind of go into my decision making when I am looking at purchasing a candle. You guys know that I tend to love anything with an almond note in it. So if of course that caught my eye. Again, vanilla fragrances though, sometimes even though I want them in my collection, I also know that they are the hardest fragrance note to make strong. You know, it's a difficult note to really get to throw well in a home. Even like my Bath and Body Works vanilla fragrances, they kind of struggle here. So that one has caught my eye. I am interested in it, but I'll let you know kind of like where it falls in the pecking order at the end of this video. All right, the next Kringle fragrance that we have to talk about here is Easter Blooms. Top notes of fresh green rose water, mid notes of peony, rose, jasmine, and violet, and base notes of floral, wood, and musk. Okay, the label on this one I think is probably the most adorable of the Kringle lineup here. This sweet little bunny just sniffing the flowers. Oh my goodness. The label alone on this one makes me want to purchase it, and that is saying something because I am typically not your girl for florals. I'm very particular about what floral fragrances I like. I would say that probably my all-time favorite floral fragrance from Kringle is their Fresh Lilac. And so sometimes I get a little bit hesitant to purchase a floral scent if I'm not available to get it in a daylight, which I can't get that in this right now. It currently is not available in wax melts or a daylight. So that's the only thing that's giving me a little bit of pause about committing to purchasing this one, is the fact that I'm like, I can be so hit or miss with florals. So yeah, I don't know. It's on the list, but it just may not be as high up as the other ones. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the 3 country releases. So those 4 candles that I just talked about, again, those are the Kringle 2-wick tumblers. Those will be retailing for $34. Now we're going into the country style jars. These will retail for $31. They all have hand-painted designs on them. And another thing that I wanted to address is that Mick, the president of Kringle, told us that they listened to our feedback about some of the wicks and some of the sooting issues and the really thick wicks and the carbon balling that we were running into. We were running into some issues with the Christmas releases in particular. I know for me, I had Wishing for Christmas in the country jar and it was a sooty mess. They did listen to some feedback and they do have new wicks for these new country jars that are coming out. And I will tell you that I have been burning country jars in the lemon lavender, and it's burning really well. I'm not having any wick issues with it. So they've listened to some of our feedback and these new jars do have new wicks in them. All right, so the first fragrance here is Sunlit Daffodils. Top notes of grapefruit, floral, mid notes, green, fruity violet, base notes of jasmine and musk. All right, so the wax color on here is so beautiful. Again, beautiful pastel color for spring. I don't know if I'm gonna purchase this one. I'm not really sure if daffodil fragrances are for me. Again, it's a floral. Those are the fragrances, again, that I am just really hesitant to pick up without being able to do a sniff test first. But I do know that a couple of people are really excited about seeing this fragrance return. I know a couple of my fellow content creators really love florals and they are excited to see this one make a return. Another country candle that will be offered is Chocolate Eggs. Top notes of chocolate brownies, mid notes of frosted batter, base notes of vanilla and chocolate chips. Now, this one, I feel like last year's Kringle chocolate fragrance was really nice. I loved the chocolate bunny fragrance. It was like a milk chocolate with coconut fragrance in it. This one to me, I don't know, brownies and chocolate chips. I feel like by the time springtime rolls around, I'm kind of over the whole chocolate era. So I don't think that this one will really be for me. But if you guys do like a good chocolate fragrance, then I think that this might be one that appeals to you. I do think that Kringle does do chocolate really well. But yeah, I don't know. I just think for me personally, it's probably not going to work out. Also, if you happen to hear some background noise, my entire family is home right now. So we're just throwing together this video very quickly for all of you to get this information out. And I'm sure you guys don't care, but just letting you know. All right, another country candle that is being released that has me a little bit excited. You gonna walk in the background here, babe? Oh, there he is, making an appearance. He just got home from work. I actually asked him, I said, please don't come in through the garage because it makes too much noise. And he came in through the back door, which was nice. So, all right, Carrot cake, top notes of carrot cake, mid notes of spice, base notes of vanilla frosting. So this one, first off, the jar looks really cute with all of these little carrots painted around it. I am a really big fan of Bath & Body Works Sweet Carrot Cake. And so because that fragrance appealed to me so much, this one has my interest for sure. I want to compare the two. I do like a good spice cake fragrance, and the fact that it like incorporates frosting and spice cake has me really, really interested. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and talk about the 3 other jars that are being offered. These are in 12 ounces, so you're not getting as much wax in these jars. However, these look like they would probably be really good gifts to give because of that vintage hand painting on them. It's really, really cute and pretty. So these might be, or maybe if like you're a collector, I think you might really like these. These ones will be available for $26. So I feel like these are a little bit more expensive per ounce that you're getting. So the first fragrance is Easter Egg Hunt. Top notes of bergamot, tangerine, mid notes of violet, rose, herbal notes, base notes of ambergris, patchouli, and sandalwood. All right, so first off, again, love the packaging on this. This fragrance to me, I'm kind of intrigued by it. I feel like this one might be more of like a, just looking at the fragrance notes here, this one looks like it might be like one of your like spa, clean type of spring fragrances. And I'm thinking that because of the bergamot and the tangerine, it's listing some herbal notes in there, patchouli, sandalwood. This one might be a little bit more, it's either gonna be spa-like or slightly perfumey. The ambergris, not gonna lie, that fragrance makes me a little bit nervous. Although I do know that it is in, I believe it's in Mon Amour. But yeah, I don't know. It makes me a little bit nervous. So that is one that I might wait and see if somebody else picks it up and hear their reviews on it. Easter Chicks, we already covered that is actually the exact same fragrance as Lemon Sugar Marshmallow, just in a little bit smaller and, in my opinion, cuter packaging here. And then the last fragrance that is being offered is Easter Bunnies. Now, last year's fragrance was Chocolate Bunnies, and I will say of all of these little painted jars, this one appeals to me the most. I love bunnies. I just think that they are so adorable. I don't love them when they're eating all of my grass and trying to get into my garden, but I like looking at pictures of them, and they're very, very cute. All right, so the top notes on Easter Bunnies are sweet chocolate morsels, creamy coconut, mid notes of rich rose petals, dewy greens, and sheer jasmine, base notes of sweet musk, vanilla bean, and golden sandalwood. So again, this fragrance does appeal to me because last year I liked Chocolate Bunnies. Let's go ahead and compare the fragrance notes from last year's Chocolate Bunnies. The fragrance notes on that candle last year were chocolate cream, caramel, vanilla, and coconut. And I'm gonna tell you from what I remember from last year's version, that was like a really nice milk chocolate. You got a hint of coconut in the background, but the chocolate mixed with the vanilla lended itself to being definitely not a dark chocolate fragrance. It was definitely more of a milk chocolate with the airiness of the coconut. That was actually probably one of my favorite chocolate fragrances I've ever smelled in a candle. I really, really enjoyed it. So I am intrigued by this Easter Bunnies candle just simply because I really liked how Kringle, how they did that last year. So it has me really, really intrigued. So let me go ahead and share with you there are 2 candles that I know for sure that I want to purchase, but I do have to be really mindful of my budget this month. I know a lot of you guys are in the same boat. So I might not be able to get all of these right now. I might have to wait until next month to get another one. But the 2 that I know for sure that I want to purchase are Jellybean Jubilee and Carrot Cake. Those are the 2 that just kind of jump off the page to me, being like, I really, really want those. Easter Brunch appeals to me because I feel like it's versatile. It's one that, again, I can go ahead and mix it with some other florals, especially if it's just a good vanilla fragrance. I feel like it would work really well in my collection. Easter Blooms, that label is just adorable, but I'm not sure if it's gonna make the cut this time, again, because floral fragrances, if I can't smell them in a smaller version, I'm very hesitant to commit to them, just knowing that it's not like my typical normal fragrances that I reach for. Lemon Sugar Marshmallow is also another fragrance that, while I really am intrigued by it, the one thing that's holding me back on it is the fact that I'm concerned that it's going to smell very similar to last year's Marshmallow Chicks, which I didn't necessarily love. And so I'm a little hesitant to commit to a big, large two wick style jar if I didn't like that fragrance last year. And then I'm like, well, what if they smell the same? So you guys let me know in the comment box down below if you are a gourmand lover, or which one do you guys think that I should pick up? Which one maybe are you guys more interested in and would probably, let's be honest, which one do you guys want to see more of a review on? Let me know if you're team Easter Brunch or if you're team Lemon Sugar Marshmallow. And then another fragrance that, of course, that packaging is just adorable, and I do want to see if it compares to last year's Chocolate Bunnies, is the Easter Bunnies fragrance. I think that candle, just the packaging alone is adorable on it, and the fragrance notes actually do appeal to me. I want to see if, again, if it's similar to last year's model on it. So we covered all of it. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. Let me know in the comment box down below if you plan to partake in this launch. Again, they kind of just sprung this on us. I guess that's pun. I guess I made a pun there, but they really did just spring this on all of us, and we are just kind of rolling with the punches here. Don't forget that if you do choose to make a purchase on Thursday morning, I do have a discount code, Katie15. It does save you 15% on all of your purchases, regular price purchases, I should say. All of the information is linked in the description box down below. Hit thumbs up if you liked this video, subscribe if you're new. I want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.
Bye.